Hello and welcome to Mzansi reality. The spirit is rather not allowing.
Down.
The body is there. We are there. Body wise, we are there. Spirit wise, we are not there. But we are going to take this because this is the journey that we decided to take. We remember when we started, it was always about the people and the public opinion.
Yes.
So we are here now. We are asking for your public opinion. So we are going to just try to summarize what happened. It is heavy. The last time I felt like this, Emily, it was when I heard, it was at night. It was when I heard that Senzo has passed away. I think I'm reliving that moment more than anything, where I feel like again I'm back to square one. If you had the hope, some of the hopes are down. We feel like we are hard done. We feel like I don't even know what to say. But all I can say is that we still have hope of whatever that might come as an outcome.
If we are feeling like this, then how is the Mayua family feeling?
Look, we are all the Mayua family. Senzo was born by the Mayua family, but Senzo was born for people. He came to please people. And by so doing, we became friends. I remember when Orlando Barrett was playing at Loftus Stadium.
Yeah.
We greeted Senzo. You know, players normally they have that thing of when you greet them, they look at you like some boy. I was at varsity. They were playing against Mamelodi Sundowns. That game we won 3-0. Courtesy of Majoro. I don't remember who else, but Majoro, I think, he scored 2 goals there. And then we shouted at him as he was coming to the site where we were sitting with my friend Zulu. We said, "Hey, Nzori." He said, "Hey, sure." And it was close to those days when his life was about to be ended or deleted, or I would say. But it was that feeling that's when we feel connected to that boy. That man, this guy, gintwana yakas, wang understand?
Yeah.
Umjito sharp. So today the court proceedings, I think,
Yeah.
if anything is to be said about this case, they took that hope that we had. The hope of not seeing him again is there. Obviously, we will not see him again. If there is a next life, that's where we'll probably see each other. But the hope of getting justice correctly, when the extension was granted, it was more like a lose to most of South Africans and most of football lovers and most of
It is a
Senzo lovers.
loss.
It sounded like
It's a
the
loss.
judge was just giving down or handing down the results of the case, which might end up closing the case. And that feeling is weird because it's not that the case is being closed per se, but it is an extension that is granted for Advocate Mshololo to review the docket or the memorandum that might come back to say, or that she might come back and say, this is not what I would like to cross-examine on. I liked the team that they had with the public prosecutor when Teffo was being I would say challenged in court. They had that connection that we all assumed that it was supposed to be between Teffo and Mshololo.
Yeah.
There was this connection, there was this willingness to actually assist we are willing, your Lord, to give my learned friend an extension, even if it's November, it's still okay.
My question is, why do you need that long to study a docket that has no merit?
And I've said this, that...
That doesn't make sense to me.
Do you remember when I said Mshololo's accused in number 5?
Yes.
Has nothing to lose if they
6
accept.
life sentences that is
And
currently serving.
they tried to submit it. Well, according to our law, they are not supposed to do that. It is not a good practice, apparently, to bring such factors into play when there are people that are detained, that cannot see their families because of this case up until September. And September is not just an end point of it. It might move to,
It might
courts
be moved, yes.
close early.
It might
early
be
as
next
end
year,
of
for all
November.
we know.
So it might move to November.
Next
It might
year.
move to next year. So basically, we're looking at maybe roughly a case that might even finish by June next year. So those people will still be remaining in custody. And then the judge handed down that, I would say, sounded like judgment. It was a judgment in
It
any
felt
case.
like it.
He said he was looking at the rights of accused number 5 and the rights of accused number 1 to 4.
And he's
And
prioritizing
then
the rights of
prioritized
accused
the rights
number
of
5
accused,
kuphela,
yes.
and never even considered the rights of accused number 1 to 4, which was very strange. It was very strange, questionable. But
So
Sizothini,
he said he did consider them,
How
but
did he consider?
they seem not to be weighing more than the rights of accused number
so
5.
accused number
of fair
5, who's
case.
currently serving 6 life sentences, his rights are more important than those who could be at home, who could be with their families, out on bail, by the way. Not even out as in like Batotsi case. No. This is strange.
Well, we are not lawyers.
We are not.
But,
Sizothini.
I feel that lawyers are taught to apply this law. But is this law really having a bit of ethics in it? Because I think that's where now we are at. We are between ethics and law itself, which seems to be sort of biting one side in this case, because my feeling is that I felt sorry for the 2. I understand the other 2
Yes,
that
that are
obviously are
currently
serving the
serving
sentence. And for the judge to ask, there was a question that threw me off when he said, in terms when Teffo was trying to ventilate on the issue of the rights of the other ones, the 2 being infringed. He said, "What if? What are you saying? Are you saying that we must release them? So what happens if they have to?" I think that's where they start the momentum of
Teffo, Advocate Teffo.
Teffo versus the judge started. He said, "I understand, but if we release them, if they were about to be released, now shouldn't we give the warrant of arrest?" And therefore, sort of kind of dodged that question. He tried to. He even said, "I'm not gonna answer that because seemingly." Basically trying to say that it seems as if it is meant to actually rub me off in a wrong way, so that now I get disturbed in a way of me presenting my case here. Well, it didn't end there. The judge came back to say that you want me to entertain your problems when you have them in court. You don't want to entertain mine when I'm submitting to you or when I'm asking you a question seeking clarity. And then that's when Teffo had to track back and went back then to say, let me answer them because for the sake of the progress, let me go and answer. He then answered. In his answering, he said, you are not supposed to have warrant of arrest. You have to have I don't know, something like request or something like that. Request something like that. But you guys
Whatever
can
it
correct
is.
me. And then
Let me see the chat.
in that saying, then the judge, when Teffo was trying to mention that this case though is a different scenario from what you are asking, and that's why I didn't even understand why the judge asked that question, because it was a different scenario. They are sentenced. There's some of these accused. They are not being released anytime soon. So your questioning, if it was therefore asking that question towards the judge, therefore would be looked at as wasting time of the judge. But the judge is allowed to ask or entertain such questions that are not making sense.
Mna ke ngishaqile, guys. I'm defeated, okay? I'm defeated. And another thing that really irritated me was prioritizing etiquette. Like all of a sudden, etiquette is everything. The rights of people can wait so that we can respect this etiquette of the court. I was like, yeah.
Look, I think the first round is won. In my public opinion, the first round was all about getting Teffo to that level of being close to be even fired or even depart
Or
from
even
the
depart, yes.
Because for me,
Upset him, work on his emotions. They started gear one.
It really looked like they really are pushing.
Yeah.
So they know Teffo's weakness.
Yeah.
Which is obviously he doesn't back down. And that being his weakness, then it was really used properly in that court.
Even from the very beginning, in April, I mean, him getting arrested like that in a court.
And the questions. There is a guy who came in the middle, or when they were in the break, from the
I even had to write his name down, guys, as I was watching that
the
court
guy
case.
came in to ask the addresses
Fraser or something like that.
Frankie or something like that. Yeah, the guy came in sorry guys, we might not have listened properly because it was training to
It
actually
was training
listen to
today, hey?
So it was not one of those flowing
Fury,
that we had.
Fury.
Yeah, it's
That's
Fury,
the
yes.
name.
It was very training. It was training. And why would you come and ask people that are detained that you have details of such questions in the middle of the proceedings? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
And obviously the names were thrown out. And people are saying that Teffo is not supposed to throw names. And I'll defend him, not as a lawyer, but as a person.
As a person
I'm
who was
looking at the
watching.
behavior of why Teffo would do that and why, if I was in Teffo's position, I would actually throw the names of big people. If I felt that my life was under threat, the only thing that could save me is me actually telling it as it is.
Yes.
So that it kills. But you kill an enemy like that by telling the truth. Let's say someone was blackmailing you. The best way to take out that person out of your system
Is to tell on them.
is to tell what you did or what happened, so that it's clear to everyone that there's something happening that is really disturbing Teffo. And normally when such things happen, that's when you see Teffo trembling. He's a person.
Yes.
He's supposed to fear for his life.
Yes.
He's supposed to fear for his kids.
Yes.
So if you find that you are being followed everywhere you go, your clients, which is basically part of you, are being followed, they are asked questions that are unnecessary. And then yet
Today, court was unnecessarily full. Today. It was weird. It was very weird. It was strange.
Yeah, it was basically a joke after joke. Then after that, once they got into his thick skin, it was basically a joke after a joke after a joke. The court, it was a court of comedy basically, because you would
Yes.
hear them laughing. And I don't know, therefore, but I felt that even I
Would be irritated.
I would be irritated. And trying to retaliate, he even now went on to say things that were wrong, to question the level of education. And apparently he's a senior to both of these advocates. So he kind of questioned their level of experience, that he cannot be taught. But it was though that is basically what that whole court was looking for me. That it was more like, let us get him there. Let us push him.
Hi, let me read the comments. Let me hear what our people are saying. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Mzansi Reality YouTube channel. Thank you so much for coming into the chat. NPA says first, he or she, as the first one. Tobeka D, family meeting again. Evening family. Paul says, hello, people. My family, hope everyone is good. Okay, nights are no longer the same, Yazi. Thanks to everyone who's participating. Yeah. Hi, Mpo. Mpumi says, ngaze ngaba late, notification didn't notify. Mpomashile says, hi Tobeka, Gabsile Mabuza, my spirit is also down. I was very excited when the case started, but the way it is being handled, I am certain that justice will not be served in this case. You know, I remember back when it began and all of that drama was happening with Teffo in court, there was this particular spiritual, traditional healer was saying, if I were in a position to advise, I would say that they must drop this case. And I'm like, how? How can you say that?
Well, the predictions of the forces then are becoming sort of closer to truth.
Ish. Tandi says, hi Sisi Emily, no, Mr. Anonymous. Hi, namhlanje disappointed kakhulu. Ukukhona kuleya court. Ukukhona kuleya court, kodwa ngiblame i-brown envelope. Tolagele says, bafwethu, let's just keep the candle burning. Painful as it is, but let's keep going. South Africa is aware of what's happening.
And then what?
Tobeka says, hi Mpo, and Nokwazi says, hi my people. Utini intogazandi, guys, hey. Wabona, when she did that, to me, it was sort of like a signal. I didn't want to say it yesterday, but it makes sense now why she posted that.
I don't want you to ventilate on that direction, because it might then...
Pamela says, I just prayed about it. Yo, my heart is bleeding for Mama Senzo. Tandega says, hey family, mina ngivele ngaphelelwa ithemba. Mpo says, mina, I no longer watch the proceedings, Shem. I'd rather listen to Mr. Anonymous narrating the Senzo novels.
That's all we live with, memories.
Memories, ne?
Yeah.
And now I understand, Umpumi Uti, now I understand why Kelly was so happy. Even when they announced the new docket, Kelly and Zandi are not bothered at all. They know they are going to win this fight between the judges, and Teffo is not helping. Pindile says,
It's you know I had one commenter down here who wrote a very long comment saying that Teffo is unprofessional. Well, it might be that there is an element of unprofessionalism there, but I'm asking you now a question. Let's say, for argument's sake, they drop Teffo, the attorney that drops Teffo. And then who do you think is going to come to this case and really play it the way Teffo was trying to play it?
Remember, these accused 1 to 4 were on legal aid.
They were on legal aid.
Teffo came in.
Yes, he took them.
So right now, Teffo is even working. We don't know how he's doing it, because
with less resources. No,
he doesn't have resources. So when you are saying Teffo is unprofessional, Teffo must drop. Teffo,
One,
what
there
about
is
the accused?
there is a factor of fear there that Teffo needs to resist every day when he wakes up
Every day.
when he works on this court.
Nari guys, what court proceedings were you watching? Kikari, you were watching a different court.
And you know, I'm hearing, and I'm gonna say this. I'm not taking anything away from Mshololo. I think I would need Mshololo on an independent case, then I would be able to judge.
Yeah.
On this case, if you listen, and I repeat this, if you listen careful, everything that Teffo said is what Mshololo is saying currently. So Teffo is 10 steps ahead, Mshololo is behind Teffo.
Okay, let's get.
Hello.
Yeah.
On this case.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hello, Mr. Anonymous,
Hey, how are you?
and my sister over there.
Yes,
Hi.
you are here.
Yes, from what I've observed today, I understand that people might be disappointed in the manner in which Teffo conducted himself. But we need to look beyond that. I still have hope in this case because Teffo has been given a platform to bring his submission. The one that he spoke much at length yesterday about the jurisdiction. As much as the court has said that they're granting Mshololo to cross-examine the witness, but I believe that the jurisdiction will help because we have two cases, and the current judge does not have jurisdiction on the case 357. So if therefore would therefore succeed in the jurisdiction case, because I strongly believe that the judge cannot oversee these two cases. He's been given only 637 to not 367. The other
636 is 366.
Yes.
636. Yeah.
Yeah, to deal with.
Yes.
So at the end, even if she can cross-examine Musia,
Yes.
that cross-examination, it will never be utilized in a court.
Yes.
So when therefore win that party, it's gonna use the very same docket year 357 to ask for a trial within a trial, because already there will be two cases that have been opened, and they also demonstrated today that this case here 357, as the case misled, as the state misled the court yesterday, that it was drafted by a junior.
Yes.
It was never drafted by a junior. It was drafted by someone superior than the one that was dealing with the case, with the other case that they are busy with.
Nzuge is the name, isn't
Hey,
it?
Nzuge is the name.
So that's what I'm saying. I still have hope.
Hey, you see, my problem is that seemingly, according to what Teffo is bringing to the table, from the core of such then or jurisdiction, there is a problem. There sits someone in the name of what, Chauke?
Yes.
Yes.
Which yeah, but I have that hope that by the July that we might have 10 of tables.
Yeah, there will be 10 of tables. I'm telling you, he might have conducted himself badly today because he was emotional. I believe that, but we cannot take away the intelligence in there, and I believe that it will turn around this case.
Yes.
I still have hope in him.
I do.
It's just that we need to encourage him and not crash him out. He's there, and we are where we are today because of him.
Yeah.
So we just need to have hope. Something good will come. Believe you me. This case is far from over.
I do hope, man. I do hope that something good will come of this, because hey, Icon. If I was the accused, I would keep Teffo. If I was the attorney, I would keep Teffo. There and there, maybe if there were resources. This is my submission that I had when I called Emily during the day to say that if it was for me, I would have someone who's very well articulated on this thing of God. But have therefore drafting all the questions that need to be asked, because therefore is very useful with the information. The problem is overwhelmed by this information that he knows. Some of it that might not even be supposed to be in his table, but it is in any case. So he has all this, and it's like a lot of information that you are carrying by yourself.
Or you want to vent it out at the same time.
Yes. That's what I saw. He is, as I said, if you look correctly without favors, you would see that he is ahead. I would even go further and say he's even ahead of the judge in terms of information.
And one thing I have seen with Mshololo, the difference between the two, therefore is carrying 2 mandates to help the 5 to be exonerated, and also to ensure that if the family of Senzo receive justice, in terms of the right people getting to be arrested. So Mshololo, for her, is about a win. And she doesn't care about the family. Hers is to win the case for a client, even though it's not going to bring him anywhere because he's serving a sentence, and it's a lengthy one for other cases. That is
6 charges.
6 life sentences.
6
so
life
you're not
sentences.
there for nothing actually.
Just a win.
That's what it's frustrating there for.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
But let's hope something good will come. I trust in them.
Let us pray.
Let us hope. Let us hope. We are hoping. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Okay, no. Thank you very much.
Cool.
Thank you for calling.
No, bye.
Hey.
Yeah, I think that is my last. I would say not my last hope, because I'm still gonna have a hope either. You know the thing, when you lose something, you still believe that you might win certain few small victories. This is a victory. This is a victory to Mshololo. This is a victory, I would say, to the public prosecutor. Well, for Teffo, it's a long night. But my feeling is that the reason why Teffo is carrying 2 mandates is playing for the correct team.
Yeah.
He's playing for, I'm not gonna take people out just for, if they were wrong, I believe that Teffo would have distanced himself to say that these people, I'm not going to represent them. But the fact that he's willing to carry them out and put, maybe I would say arguably, the correct people where they're supposed to be.
Yeah. And some of the points in summary, guys, yes, Advocate Teffo argued that the prosecutor who opened the second docket is not a junior as presented by Mr. Chauke. He even went as far as to say that Mr. Chauke is being disingenuous.
But Emily, this is where you find loopholes. Isn't when that was said, the judge leaped into a defense of such. Do not. This is not the time. This is not the time. This is not the time. My feeling is that we're still gonna go there. It still won't be the time.
Yeah, exactly. And then another information that came out is that Kelly Khumalo was supposed to be arrested with the 5, but that warrant was not executed.
And you do remember on the media, we were in this case of 636.
Yeah.
There was that direction of the mastermind. It's not something new that Teffo is coming or made in the court.
It was.
Most of the things that Teffo is saying, and I've seen this.
Just before.
It sounds like he's lying or he's not telling the truth.
Yeah.
Not up until it comes through someone's mouth. Someone different. Do you understand?
Yeah.
The very same people who are there, if they are able to go on a stand and lie, and those even advocates, because look at Advocate Mshololo now wanting the transcript for certain. This is a sign that the state itself, and remember, Mshololo did say that they are lying in a court of law. Should it have been Teffo saying that?
They would be like, oh, he's ill-disciplined. Oh, he doesn't understand court etiquette. Hey, batumba mudim.
And
Yo.
he did mention it. He did mention it.
Kuthiwa ngikhale.
If it was me saying that the senior counsel is lying, it would have been a big issue.
It would have.
That would have disturbed me until we adjourn. And true to that. I feel like there is more easier when it comes to other people. They are more lenient.
Yes, and more understanding and more patient.
But when Teffo comes, it's two trains that are coming left and right. Boom. Even the jokes that I made, I find them very, very disturbing. Most of the jokes that the judge would make about Teffo, they are very disturbing. When he said I wouldn't want to be close to your
court when you become a judge.
Such
I'd be
comments.
walking away. KKK.
And we're supposed
This is
to
not a laughing matter, okay? This case is very serious. So I was very like, what is going on? What is going on today? Like, it's so dragging and dragging.
And
Everything is
there are
jokey.
a few things that you have to look at. When Teffo raised the fact that the letter that Mshololo took and read was not actually directed to Mshololo.
He overlooked that.
It was directed to someone else.
He overlooked that.
And everyone was like, no. There was no even argument. There was not even a woo-ha situation. Just okay, continue.
Let me go on this comment section and hear what our people are saying. Mpumi H, okay, I've read Mpumi H. I don't understand why postponement for a docket without merit. This is Pindile Gabela. Mpumi H says the judge seems biased and bothered. Justice won't be served. Dawn says there is no justice in South Africa. I don't trust the judge. There's something very, very wrong with this case.
Who said that? Was a politician? Wasn't Lindiwe Sisulu?
Yes, Lindiwe Sisulu in that open letter. Pamela says kunento off nje with this case. And the TR says Linjani Zihlobo and they are from Zimbabwe. Hi,
Hello,
TR
hello.
Mangena. Hi.
Oh.
And
man.
Dawn says, how is it possible that a crucial docket has no merit coming from the NPA? Shocking. Yes, we are flabbergasted. Oscar says, hi guys, Mr. Anonymous, what was the motive behind when they were asking names and addresses of the accused?
It was overlooked by the judge in saying that it is not something of interest in a sense. Basically, he tried to say it was something of interest, but later, basically, it became something of no interest. Hence, we couldn't, because remember, this borders to the same line as when Teffo was arrested within the premises of the court. Protection is not there. Because if that happened now, again, after seeing such actions of Teffo being arrested on the premises of the court, and you still allow such things and don't entertain such things, you're like, it's okay, my lord.
They were not even hiding from the cameras today. They were all over that courtroom. I was like, what? Now I'd be scared. Honestly, guys, I feel like Teffo is much more professional. We take him for granted. Any person under those circumstances,
That's what I'm saying.
I would be like that. I would be like,
if you fire Teffo, my argument, if you say Teffo go, okay, Teffo goes. Who do you think is going to touch that? And look, my feeling is that they might have succeeded in doing that.
Yeah.
Which might even prolong this case further, because now you need the attorney would need to brief the next advocate if he was an advocate. The advocate would need to go through all these dockets,
which is more time. Hi, Nompilo says Nikona nami bo. I love this channel. Thank you so much, Nompilo. Tobega D, if that docket was a memo, why did it then have its own docket number that does not link it to the main case? A whole esteemed advocate in the NPA decided ugu chita isizungu.
You know what I said yesterday, Emily? Remember when I told you I need to know the name of the person who was in charge of this case, this advocate that is called a June. I believed, right before even Teffo mentioned it today, I believed that was not
The case.
the case. I believed that.
Yeah, Unzuke
And
guys, he's high up. He's a senior advocate in the High Court.
Not only that, he's the very same person who was overseeing 636. Two dockets. One made it, the other one is deemed as this man was a junior.
Yeah. Which is strange. And the judge doesn't care about that. Wow. South Africa, guys.
636 made it.
Welcome to South Africa.
As Advocate Nzuke was in charge of it, and then he gave it to Baloyi. 3636.
Yes.
He gave it to Baloyi.
Yes, the very same Baloyi.
And then
was denying that he got it on January 2020.
No, this is 636.
Oh, this.
That's how 636 was passed from Nzuke,
Yeah.
the so-called junior advocate,
Yes.
to Baloyi. But previously, he was presiding on both of these dockets. And then for some weird reason, when he was presiding over
75.
375. Yes, he was a junior. And then on 636, he was
He's
a senior. We were listening. That's what you were saying.
Shazi says, "Ish guys, I've been typing and deleting. I'm so hurt. Senzo and his father must fight. Ngeke phela. I understand Senzo, but let the father fight phela. Allegedly. TR Mangena, Mr. Ano makes a lot of sense. Promise Smoothies, the NPA is trying to cover itself by saying 375 is irrelevant. How can they say so? Because they were the only people in the house. They say it was a robbery. So why did they clean the crime scene if...
Look, they are not only, if you look in the issue of documents, even advocate at the end, Advocate Mshololo.
Yes.
Now is asking if this is adopted as an additional docket from, you can tell that there's lot of loopholes. The older docket is 375.
No, 375. Yes.
636 is the baby of the other one.
Of the other one that they destroyed, allegedly.
It's not destroyed, it's there. It just doesn't have weight.
Yeah, it just doesn't have weight. And the weird thing about 363 is the fact that the detectives, not 375, is the fact that the very same detectives who were there in 2014 who started touching it. Like, I don't understand that disconnect of Abo Mam Joyce Buthelezi. I don't understand that. That doesn't make sense to me, and it never will at this point in how they are conducting this case.
Look, we're not lawyers, some of us, but certain things are making sense.
Sure.
Do you understand?
The disconnect of the original detectives and colonels and people that were working on the case, they're just, but see, hi, no merit. Njani, that doesn't make sense at all.
No, it doesn't.
Sure.
It doesn't.
And then Promise Smoothie says the NPA is trying to cover itself. Okay, we read this. Kalen. Hi guys, I feel the postponement was still going to happen because of the scheduling of court dates. This case was only scheduled up to Friday this week and they would not be done on Friday.
No, but they were not going to postpone it to this lengthy because it's there in July. So that means there were spaces somewhere. So it was not by September, it will be close to be finished, this case, by September. If nothing
ne?
disturbed, yes. So now, September, it's more like the beginning of the case.
Promise Smoothies, if it's a robbery, you run for your life. You don't stay behind and clean the crime scene if it's a robbery. Senzo was killed. All those in the house should have been interrogated at the police station. Hey, tell that
Look,
to the NPA.
They are coming, according to 375.
Yeah.
Even Mshololo was even asking, are they coming?
Are they coming, yes, towards the end?
As people who are accused
Or witnesses.
Witnesses or witness accused something. It's just a mess. And let us be honest.
Yeah.
Only a person who doesn't have sympathy would need to continue with this shambling. Someone somewhere needs to feel sorry for all of us. Someone somewhere. It can be.
It cannot be. Promise Smoothie says they should have picked them up, taken for questioning and interrogation individually. Someone will crack in that group. Telambovu says, hello, my lovely girl Emily and Mr. Asimazi. Just want to say I love your channel. Keep it up with a good job.
Thank you.
Zaid Afrikaanse regering. Again, you guys didn't notify me. How can I don't get notification when we go live?
Press that bell.
Press the bell.
Press the bell. We know today, Emily, I didn't want to go and be live.
Yeah.
I was down, man.
I was also down, guys.
I was not feeling well. Like, there's nothing that happened other than this case. Today, case happened, and the whole morning I was working under chest pains.
Chest pains, cause yeah. I mean, I was just feeling depressed. I was just having that little bit of feeling that when you lose hope.
Yeah.
It felt like that for me. I was like, we should go to la.
This case, many people that are part of this case,
yeah,
have passed on. Crucial people.
Yeah. Until September.
Until September. And then somewhere, somehow, someone asking addresses of people.
Yeah, bonake manje. Okay, Nokwazi Shezi says, I lost my brother in 2018. Wadubulwa umunyu mfana, and my family sorted him out traditionally because the law was failing us. Aguthatanga ne 2 years. So maybe the Mayuas must also consider that.
It is, honestly speaking, I think once they realize that was the case, perhaps they should have gone that route. I'm sorry to say this, because that's the only way really justice can be served.
Hi, guys. Makosini Jr. says this whole case was scripted, but it looks like Teffo is off script. That's why he's under attack. Don Adonis says the judge is biased and Teffo is becoming emotional because he's frustrated. He mustn't allow the judge to break him.
It's difficult. It's not only the fight with the judge. It's the fight of going out, looking at your shoulder all the time, worried about what might happen.
Safety.
The calls you get at night, before you go in, maybe, before you go out, maybe, the words that are said to you when you are in court, other than what is happening with the case. It's a lot.
It's a lot, guys. Julia Tebele, the truth bites, and advocate Malisela Teffo rubs it by telling it publicly, and then it rubs the judge the wrong way. Tobeka D, the NPA is deliberately lying under oath. Can we expect perjury cases to follow? It's a crime. We will wait. Bam Kondo.
That thing is like saying, I more you now, just more you. And then they say, hey, go back and report to Mr. Anonymous that you were moved.
Then
How can
Operation Cover Up, Operation Spitzy Pitsy Evaluate Cover Up.
No, we dismiss with the cost. That's what we
Dismiss
do.
with the
Dismiss with the cost. That's how
And that's exactly what happened.
we just dismiss with the cost. We don't play around.
Don't give you a chance to breathe financially.
So you must think before you come back again. You must think, oh yeah, there's a cost involved. Am I ready to bear that cost?
Wow. Hey, it's South Africa, bafowethu. And Tobeka D, the NPA is deliberately lying. Okay, I've read this. Oh, Bamkondo, hello, I'm saying that document will flow like water next month. Gabsile says, talking of why they clean the crime scene, I'm inclined to agree with Nell that all that is required is circumstantial evidence, and cleaning the crime scene points to the guilt of Bokeli and all. Simpiwe says,
Nell.
yeah,
Well-
Nell ushenjalo.
When was that?
Maybe it happened today in one of the news channels. Who
Aye.
knows? We'll check it out,
The
guys.
problem with Nell, he sings one,
is wishy-washy.
and then the following day, these are the correct people.
Renal is wishy-washy. Maybe now he's seeing that, you know what, he's losing that thing that we had for him, you know? And it's like, no, let me change my tune. I don't know. Allegedly.
Nell, you can trust Nell this now. Hey, Nell is speaking about circumstantial evidence and all that. Next thing, I think these are the correct ones.
Hey, Nell is wishy-washy, guys. I get confused every time I listen to that man. You think that, you know what? He is correct. Everything he's saying is going to happen, and it is the truth. He said these 5 suspects are there because they are the ones.
Please,
Manjang
guys,
says.
press that subscribe button, please, for us. At least that will be the gain that we have if we have your subscription.
Yes. And
it
you
has
can
been-
also call. I think we
It
can
has
take
been
one
draining.
more caller.
Yeah, there is a space for call.
Yeah.
We can call. Just press that like button and subscribe, guys. Subscription is important. I think that's the only thing that we can pride ourselves of
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. And Simpiwe says, where on earth can one defense lawyer be given the second docket while the state is not in possession of it? So are they trying to tell us that Teffo stole the deck? That's what
Teffo was trying
saying.
to say, that this thing, I'm answering to such allegations that were made in this court. When he said that, yeah, hell break. Because Vele, when I was sitting there, when they were arguing, those prosecutor in Mshololo, they made it sound like Teffo got this docket in a certain way. I was even surprised.
Well,
I was surprised.
now that interview with ENCA makes sense why he had to do it, even though he wasn't on court that day. So say, I am actually shocked and surprised because that docket was handed to me in front of the attorney for Advocate Mshololo as well as Baloyi. Now they are denying it.
In the office of Baloyi. Not just as well as Baloyi.
No, not on the streets. No, in the office.
In his office.
Yeah.
But yet,
It looks like
Advocate
cell
Teffo
phones
had it.
need to be carried everywhere. You must collect your evidence.
It's not admissible now if you take it. Hello? Hello?
Hello guys, how are you?
Hey, Oscar.
Hi, how are you?
We are just okay. We cannot say
Yeah.
fine.
Hey, let's cheer up. Let's cheer up.
Yeah, I wish it was Friday. Yeah.
Why do you wish it was Friday? So that you can be
guys,
off.
Tuesday. No, Tuesday are serious, man. There's no Tuesday that is easy. You cannot share anything up. Nothing can cheer you up.
That is true. That is true. It's the second day of business, which from Monday you are busy. Second, you're finishing whatever that. Then maybe let's say your work starts on Wednesday.
Yeah. Can I say something?
Yeah.
The arrogance of lawyers. I'm sorry, guys. If there's someone who's a lawyer, I'm sorry. I'm just stepping on your toes now. The arrogance of the lawyers and the prosecutors and the judges, it's out of this world, guys. Have you ever been arrested?
No, have I been arrested myself? No.
I've had an encounter with the police. That's all I can say. But arrested,
Yeah.
no. I've been in a situation with the police.
Yeah, well, that is nothing, guys. The police will arrest you and put you to those, set you to those people, guys. Those people are they can talk behind your back as if you are not there, you don't even exist, and decide on whatever decision they come to, put you in jail or put your life on hold because they can, and there's nothing you can do.
I think we saw it today with these 5 accused. I felt for them. I was like, they're not even considered. It felt what you are describing right now. That's what we saw today.
There is nothing so disturbing that. Imagine people babulela ka wena, like babulela ka wena hore for your life it doesn't matter or what, or your freedom doesn't matter, and you cannot even say a word.
Yeah, it's very
I think
painful.
this thing of we need jury more South Africa. I think we need 3 or more, one more at this side.
Yeah, people
Cannot-
who have feelings, who have emotions like we do right now. People who would consider certain things other than just being interested in law.
Yeah, lawyers are out of order.
Lawyers in South Africa, it's all about, and I only see this in South Africa. They are only interested about the book of law,
Yes, the etiquette.
the law of things, law of that. And what you are saying, I'm sorry to say this, what you are saying is not even a lie. I have about 5 friends who are lawyers. You know, I think two of them are advocates. They will tell you, hey, Chief, look, man, some of us are advocates here. We cannot, when we are swiping there, we cannot swipe for us. Let us swipe for you, Mchan.
Exactly.
That's the
So
level of
guys,
arrogance.
The arrogance,
And
ne?
then I'm sorry again. If there's a lawyer listening, I'm sorry. I'm going to step on your toes.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not going to swear at you, but I'm going to say it like it is. Guys, these people they are earning whatever money tax free. Let's not forget about that.
Oh.
If you're going to appear, and you are in trouble and you've got an advocate, you're going to cough out money, cash on hand or transfer or whatever. Who regulates these people? Who buy taxi with these guys?
Hey,
So let's say
that's a topic.
yo, I wait, guys. I'm not against them though. Well,
But you have
or
raised a point, some of us even had no idea about.
No, I had an idea, but I didn't.
I mean, I
you know,
didn't.
It's one of those things that you don't look at. You're like, honestly, it just triggered that part that actually these people do get it. You can come with your cash.
Yeah, me now, guys, I've been arrested once. And then that's my case here, almost 8 months. And every time, nearly postponement after postponement. And I was paying 3,000 rand cash in the morning. And then you keep at the 3,000 cash for a prosecutor or the state would like to postpone. Guys, yo,
When 3,000.
And that is true, man. I'm sorry. This
Emily,
Yeah.
If you are get yourself into trouble, I dare you. Next week, get
No,
yourself
I
into
know.
trouble.
I can on
Yeah.
3,000. Yeah,
O tlo ba le yona.
prosecutor and put the court will be postponed. I can on bathong.
House na yona.
Yeah.
House na tšhelete.
Yeah.
The lawyer o teacher there and there. I'm not lying. Ebile a ke na taba gore ba reng.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
teacher.
apparently even in the court they are asked if you paid. The
Yeah.
judge can ask it.
Yes. They do that.
Mose re mo horror showing, re mo horror filming mo South Africa lena.
Lena batho ba itse shem TV ha re bontshe dilo tsa nnete.
TV a re bontshe nix wena. Ha wa
Ba re
mose re
bontsha
mo
batho ba bina.
horror mo.
Ba re
Haibo.
bontsha batho ba bina fela gore ho nyiwa kae. Sorry guys, gore di bua kae. Fela.
Ba re tonosetsa mo.
Fela ba re bontsha bo ausi ba le ba o donosa gore ba tshwere tšhelete. Fela.
Right? No, man. Let us give this other person who has been in the queue. It's an interesting topic of the lawyers and their earnings.
Yeah.
Maybe we should look at it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
There is a person who called, and I'm sure that person
Sure,
is.
this
Guys,
issue
please
of
subscribe.
lawyers is scaring me, guys. It's one of those. It's one of those that I wasn't even aware. There's no regulation in how they. Wow.
No, there is regulation. They would say there is regulation in place. Obviously, that applies to everyone else. But there is obviously the way of. Yes, hello?
Hello, Mr. Anonymous.
Hello?
Hi.
Good talent in drama. Yo, Betuna, namhlanje I was watching Ityala ni.
Yes.
So one thing and then the band ndibe ngathi ngiyika lose hope like everyone is that Teffo is not fighting with akalweli justice only for like abantu abazoba sencwadini. It's not only ababantu bakulocally the people esibajongileyo thina. It's the many people like almost i-state sonke. So it's not gonna be easy for justice to be served because even if angakwazi uba fighter okay kwelabo icala, what about those people asebenza nabo? So everyone is trying by all means ba fine sicabile ngokheli, but what about i-reputation yethu? So we have to try by all means into yobana le case lena ingayi phambili because hayi sizawuhlazeka siyi-South Africa. So yiloo nto ndisoyika. And I'm thinking into yobana uTeffo cannot fight i-country eyedwa because kwi-wallpaper kuvela uTeffo umuntu ofayitha with i-state of which abanye abantu asibazi. And iyoyikisa betina namhlanje bendiqonda ingathi ndise-Eastern Cape by the way, but ingathi ndise-Joburg like ingathi ndiyabazi abantu. Ndiyayoyika bethu. Ndiyayoyika. I feel like ayizukwenzeka shem.
You know that you know rule number 7 of Animal Farm.
What does it say?
Hello, I will tell you. Remind me. Hello.
Hello, how are you guys?
Hi.
Good, and you?
Hello?
Yes, you are audible.
I'm fine, thanks.
Yes, you can shoot.
Thanks. I was also watching the case today, and during the I don't know, it's what OT. Anchor guys interviewed some guy, don't know, Machiva, something like that. Apparently, he's an expert in these lawyers' proceedings, and he's one of the lawyers also. And he was talking about how Teffo is handling the situation, and he's not happy on how Teffo is handling the situation. Apparently, he's not following the procedures that are supposed to be followed. So he's not tackling the whole situation in a way that a lawyer could have. Now that gave me that. I think last week you guys talked about not everybody understand what Teffo is coming from. And I think most of people don't understand that guy.
Yes.
And that may lead to some misunderstanding of him trying to address some issues. I so wish we could at least support him in some way, but I don't know how.
Look, it would be interesting to support such a person, but the problem is we don't know the root cause. And that also might then put people into trouble because it's one of those. You want to touch the iron hot or you want to leave it. You see it's hot or you want to leave it.
Hey, it's a difficult.
And the one thing that I've noticed about the judge, I was very, very disappointed when he said to Mr. Teffo, he's undermining Advocate Mshololo in women and stuff.
You brought that thing. I forgot it. I was so out.
I was ready. I was like, what does he mean?
He said what he said, but what he said in short, in layman's terms, just basically saying that because Advocate Mshololo is a woman. And you know, I had this argument long ago.
Yes.
That if we have to treat women as equal, it must be that we treat them as we treat men. If we're still gonna treat them as these people who are classes, while they want to be in the same position as men, isn't that on its own then looked at as a bad thing? So if we are in a court of law, it's bulldoze, it's fight, it's head on, the gloves are off. The whatever I do, come back using the court of law. Don't come back with gender-based issue.
And Naye or Advocate Mshololo was being very condescending and very disrespectful, but she was never called out for it.
No, she was always smiling. Always was well.
She was undermining and talking in a language that was very... If you were to call a prosecutor inside a court that they are lying, you would be in trouble.
If you were to call her a liar, that thing of gender then would come in.
By the way, there was an interesting clip I saw, an encounter that Advocate had with the journalist.
Advocate Teffo, yes.
Advocate
Mshololo.
Did you see that clip?
Yeah, I saw it. Let us finish with the caller. Are you done submitting?
Yeah, I am done now, and I just now know that this judge is somehow biased now. This is definite. There's no way to deny everything now.
It's tough, man. If we outsiders can have such opinion, it's difficult. It's very difficult because then what? We have a caller and it's Azania. Let me thank you again.
Okay.
Thank you for calling.
Hello, Azania. Hello, Azania.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
How are you?
Hi, Azania.
I'm okay, and how are you?
We are good. We are good.
Okay, actually, this is Lungisile, not Azania.
Oh, I thought it's Azania. Sorry,
Yes.
man.
Oh,
No, it's
Lungisile.
fine.
Hi, Lungisile.
Hello, Emily. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good, thank you. Guys, I've been watching this case.
Yeah.
And my worry goes to Mr. Teffo because I feel like in articulation, Mr. Teffo is not good. Sometimes it's very easy to lose Mr. Teffo when he's trying to put up points across. I feel like what maybe might help his case is in their preparation, maybe if they can have these points written down, instead of him maybe trying to put his points across the way that he does. Because at the end of the day, perception does play a role in terms of any decision making. And unfortunately, the judge and maybe the people that are currently in court, because of they know of the etiquette and everything, they might have a specific perception against Teffo, which might persuade or change the decision or affect the decision somehow. Because at the end of the day, they are human. That's how I feel. As much as the cause that he's fighting for might be right, but sometimes the way that he presents himself might be of disadvantage to him.
You know, I've found that when Teffo is calm, everything goes well. That's what I've found.
Yes.
But
Yes.
the problem is, and I'm not defending him, but I've realized that at the beginning, you would understand what Teffo is trying to say all the time. But
Yes.
once you touch on his emotions, that's when now everything needs to come out. And he's a slow talker. So once now he has to push to speak faster and speak over you, that's when English does its own things and is angry now. He wants to say what he wants to say in his mother's tongue, and it creates chaos. And that is what most people who are in that case know. And they are using that.
they're using
Remember,
it.
Teffo is not new to this thing. Teffo has been apparently fighting for unfairly dismissed people, and he's been winning those cases. That
Yes.
tells you that Teffo has been fighting against a certain system. Already they've studied Teffo. So when they brought the people that they brought, even because that's what basically Teffo is trying to say. Why was the case shifted to you? Saying to the judge, basically saying that, in my own opinion, or what I say is basically saying that they kind of know that you are going to push certain buttons.
No, certainly I agree with you. But again, if they could offer Musia an interpreter, why can't they offer Teffo? We are living in a democratic South Africa with 11 official languages.
I
I
submitted
believe
that.
that is his yes.
I think we are
Yes.
holding the snake by its tail on that, because my submission was that let us first have that accepted by the universities that are teaching us these things. Because now, me trying to interpret section 4 of what in my own language, I might mess it up. Remember, our language is broad. So we need to nullify our vocabulary when we talk about law, right? How about these
Yes.
universities start accepting our languages?
University of KZN tried, but apparently we didn't have like people that were competent to translate. I think that's what happened.
It's not about being competent. Top universities such as your VET, such as your UJ, such as your University of Pretoria, those universities, Stellenbosch in that, those universities, they have their own culture that is going well. Do you understand?
Africa.
There is
Yes.
Africans there. There is Africans there. Why is it difficult to recognize our African languages?
I don't know, but I wish it can be recognized because really, yes, sometimes we do feel compelled to speak in English because we're trying to accommodate other people that might not understand the language.
Look.
But at the same time, it's not fair to us as well because you have to think in your native language, translate. There's a lot of background work that happens before you speak,
Look,
which is very difficult for us.
We are trying to now in that court. It's almost 100%, almost 100% black. That court.
Correct. Yes.
But
yes.
we are busy biting our tongues in trying to address the issues of people that actually has a bearing on how the people will live their life forever. We are trying to bring it to this language. There are two official.
No, I agree with
People say there's 11 official languages in South Africa. No, I beg to differ. There is 2 official languages in South Africa, and if you disagree
Which
with me,
is English and Afrikaans.
come with your facts. Yes.
There's 2.
In essence, I do agree with you because most of the documentation is written in those 2 languages. Even when you go to and write your university exams, it comes only in 2 languages.
Yes.
So in essence, I do agree with you guys.
The problem is that if they were to let this thing happen of the languages, lot of people who are of our color would make it and would have qualifications. So there must be a barrier because some of you don't fail physics because you don't understand physics. It's an issue of language. Take a kid that comes from, I used to represent students at varsity when they were excluded. Take a kid that comes from Nkandla, that knows physics, that passed physics 100%. Bring him to University of Pretoria. Compare that kid to for example, Pretoria High Boys.
To Emily, maybe.
Or 70.
No, I'm actually the opposite. I'm the one who got excluded by the
So take that person and compare him to someone who studied there, who got 60. Forget about the syllabus and all that. That person does well because the language is familiar. They are taught in Afrikaans.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
I agree.
So
I agree
they
with you
pass
because
with flying colors.
They do. Hey, they do exceptionally
Believe in you, me.
well.
You know, when I came to varsity, they used to put our results as first year. They were still sticking them on the board.
Notice board.
You would know. You see Steinhazen.
Yes.
95%. And then you see
on
some.
his first test.
You see some course down there by just barely making it 50 and all that.
29%.
And I nearly did not make my DP for the first semester as well.
Exactly.
So I really agree with you guys.
It's
as
a
much
language.
as it was easy in high school, and when I got to varsity, I was even shy to ask questions because now my accent and everything was like off tune compared to people that I was with in the same class.
Exactly. That is the problem that we have. That is the problem that we have. Can we address that
being
problem?
Exposed with Advocate Teffo right now and what he's going through.
If you say that Advocate Teffo should be able to present himself in his language, now, at a later stage, while you could have taught him in his language. So that he can come and follow the rules accordingly.
Exactly.
And for that to happen, obviously, you know what would need to change. We would need to question a lot of things. We need to even question this Roman Dutch law. So if they accept such things and say, well, people should be taught in their language, you can graduate in Zulu, your degree, that would be a problem. That would be a problem because we'll start questioning that Roman Dutch law.
It would.
We need to have a South African law with a rubber stamp of South Africa, which is created by the citizens of South Africa. Not this thing, and I'm gonna say this, not this thing that we are told that Bo Mama Tulima Donsela were part of this Roman Dutch law.
It's not a law.
No, I think we had this discussion the other day as well to change the systems as well. I think we need to have this discussion and start changing smaller things. Maybe start small, like by changing our political system, for example, in our leadership, and then we develop from there. Because once we fight the system of exclusion, then we include more of our own in decision making, then we can get there. But as it is now,
it's tough. It is tough.
Yeah.
It is tough. It is even harder to you know, the problem with us.
Yeah.
We have our own gatekeepers.
Yes.
Is it Malcolm who said a certain weight? Someone
the
of our
field worker and the house worker. Let's put it like that.
Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
Those people, they always feel like they are special. Those who are in their house because they are in a shade and they're feeling the aircons and all that. They feel part of the family. As someone who's burning outside, which is us as the whole community, not the people who are sitting at the parliament who are feeling those fresh air. Us outside, we are suffering. This brings me to that issue of Animal Farm. That book was more like a prophecy, if not
Rule number 7.
Rule number 7. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than the other. Isn't that panning out? Isn't that panning out on Senzo's case?
It is. I'm laughing because that's exactly what's happening. There are those who are working in the house. They are protecting their masters with everything they've got, okay? And there's nothing that those who are working outside can do to stop them.
Exactly.
This is exactly what's
And
happening.
you look the gist of that book. That's why I'm saying that book, South Africans, you should read it more. The animals fought people so that they can be in charge of their own whatever that they were taking care of, their own country in a sense. They fought them, then the rules were made after that, which is exactly what happened with us. The rules were made, and then those rules are basically saying exactly that. All animals are equals, but other animals are more equals than others. You know what the problem is? Those animals who are more equal, they obviously have the means to fight until the end.
Yes.
But people like both Senzo, like us, who are now represented by Teffo on a pro bono. How long can Teffo go without being
How
paid?
long can he go without being paid?
Guys, another thing that I was interested in finding out also, I'm sure you guys don't know, but it's a question that has been pestering my mind for quite some time.
Yeah.
Who's paying Mshololo? Because we know that
we did ask that question, and it was asked by Mzansi. It has been asked by many people.
Yeah.
I think that then would put us closer to the understanding of
what's
this whole
exactly is
proceedings,
happening.
because it bears a lot of significance in this case, because we want to know.
And also, what is accused? Because I read the profile of accused number 5.
It's very
accused
rich.
number 5 is
very
allegedly serving like 6 life sentences. So what's the point of fighting for that person? Because whether he wins this case or not, it does not matter in my point of view.
That I would say, according to the court of law, regardless of that, still the person is still important, and they must be given. That's why this being in jail is basically, they call it for ismilo. But that thing is not actually
rehabilitation.
That thing is not that. What they have created of these jails, it has become a monster. People are going there. You check this agenda channel, people who are coming there.
Yes.
People are crying.
Agenda
It's
network.
tough. People went in there not sick. They came back sick. Do you understand? And you call that thing, it's tough. You still Norox. You go there.
You come back worse.
Yes, you come back worse. Look at this woman.
There's no rehabilitation
Look at this woman
happening
who Nesfast mistakenly deposited the man. What do you think is going to happen?
What
with
is
that woman?
going to happen to Sibongile? What is exactly, how is she going to come out? That is a very important question.
And you look at someone who was presiding. Someone who was presiding. You know, I remember when I came to varsity. I came to varsity at the time. I didn't have money.
Yeah.
Nothing was paid out. I didn't have accommodation.
Yeah.
I got in there. I got a woman of no card. I was very old, older than my mom. You know what she said to me?
What did she say?
The reason why I started joining SASCO.
Yeah.
It was not SASCO at the time. No, I started joining PASMA.
PASMA.
That's where I was trained. The reason why I started joining PASMA.
Yeah.
That woman told me, how can your mother, someone who cares about you, bring you here without a place to sleep? You know, right there, I became a politician. Right there in that office. That's when I started being interested in this thing of politics. I was from villages. I didn't care about these things. But right there, when I was told...
What a question!
The time was around 5. She was about to knock off.
Wow.
You know what? I had to sit with my bags there. I told her to close this office and go. I will sleep here in her office. That's how I got my rest.
What?
I'm telling you, these nice universities that you take our kids to, it's these universities are very dangerous. But at least I learned how to fight. That's how I started to fight for other students who were coming in on those right to learn campaigns. That's how I got into this thing of not fearing them.
Yeah. Hi guys. No, thank you so much, guys, for the opportunity.
thank you.
Let's continue.
We thank you,
Let's
we
try
thank
and
you.
change one thing. Maybe for now we can just back Teffo and then see where we can go. Because as much as they say they don't listen to social media, but at the end of the day, they do.
We hope that he gets
We are
inspiration
hoping
from
that
this.
he can see that he's not alone. We are with him in spirit.
Even on Twitter, I think they are with him on spirit.
Yeah.
Facebook,
Exactly.
everywhere.
We
Yes.
are with him. We
All
can't be
right.
there.
No, thank you so much,
We
guys.
can't
Bye.
be
Thank
there,
you.
but
That's all we can do. Just be there
in spirit.
in spirit.
We can't be there, guys.
Physically, it might be massaged if we go there. We might be massaged properly.
Hey, guys. Let me continue reading your comments, guys. Hello, I'm saying that document will flow like water next month. Talking of why, okay, I've read all of
Please
this.
read everyone because I got a message saying that there's someone with jump.
Hi, Bo.
Please read everyone.
Okay, it means some of them I'll repeat them. I'm sorry, guys. I
Just
have
go
to cover
to the
everyone.
next one for now so that you cover everyone.
Okay, Simpiwe says, where on earth can one defense lawyer be given the second docket while the state is not in possession of it? So are they trying to tell us that Teffo stole the docket? Okay, I read this, remember? I remember reading this. Makosini Jr., I've read this. Tiamo Slick says, it will be fair for everyone in both dockets to be in jail while they're still doing what Advocate Mshololo is doing her stuff for number 5.
Exactly. If they were saying that, go, take your time, I would have said come back at December. If everyone, even those people who are in docket number 375,
Yes.
come back next year. It's not a problem.
Lizophuma iqiniso. Yabona manje ngenze njalo. And Makosini says, Teffo tell the judge that NPA is corrupt. I didn't miss that part. Tobega says, Mzansi Reality has lots of support from Advocate Teffo. He needs to subscribe and feel the warmth. Lonwabo says, I really like what you are always saying. You are opening our eyes. Zed Mbonambi says, hi guys, I got you today. Surely they delayed this case for 8 years, hoping the public will forget about it. Gandhi, hell no. We are still here and will continue making noise. Senzo's dad died crying. And Simpiwe Alfred says, how can the judge say, I heard you, stop repeating what you said to me? That shows that the judge has an attitude. I cannot put my point the way you think. Saint says, good evening, people. Thanks, guys, for the opportunity to express ourselves here, guys. I do understand Advocate Teffo, where he's coming from till today. One thing I like about him, he is no retreat, no surrender. And then Kaifa Sunguna says, I submit that an account be open to fund Teffo. Believe me, we can make a difference. Our brother needs financial support. Kaifas, you organize that, ne?
We would. I think for if we were to do something like that, it would be easier if it was just Teffo's account straight.
Yes.
Because no one will be
not
held
with
up.
us involved, because that's gonna put us in a lot of danger.
Because we can just. I think I don't know if you
If
could listen.
Kaifas can initiate it and speak to Teffo,
we will support, definitely. We will support and we will publish here. But yeah, for now, we can only support in spirit.
For now,
And guys, please subscribe. We are part of family here. We submit also topics as long as they are not controversial, because
not too controversial.
Not too controversial, not too fresh.
Not too fresh.
You know?
Not too fresh. And let's stay away from farms, please.
Yeah, stay away.
And stay away from farms, guys.
Let us focus on other things that might build us. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. We will dissect.
We will talk about one thing
One
though that I
day.
would like people to assist with. Those lawyers who are here.
Yes.
Do we have due restriction to? The due restriction. Can we really get the Guptas from
Dubai.
Dubai?
But Apparently, they are working on extraditing them from Dubai. That's what the reports are saying.
I heard one lawyer saying that there is no such thing as.
Nothing, Zule, but once you are in Dubai, there is no way you can
But it's
come here.
but it's more like a safe haven, that thing.
Now I've heard that's why all the alleged criminals always fly to Dubai. Don't you guys wonder why all the alleged always run away to Dubai? Because it's difficult to extradite. It's impossible. So it will be very interesting to see the Guptas here.
Maybe one day we need to know how. I'm not saying discuss this here.
Yeah.
Don't even say anything because
Okay.
I know you might be tempted. Maybe we should discuss on how Dubai was built from the word go. Who are the builders of Dubai? And why was it built? And how was it built? Then from there, we would then be able to realize if we really are closer to extraditing the Guptas or we are far. So, guys, thank you for staying with us tonight. We love you. Please subscribe and please like our videos. And we do submit. I get people who suggest things here on WhatsApp. If we have an idea, we are open. This is more
to take
now
your ideas.
like home for you, and you are part of this.
It's like YouTube radio.
Let us hit that subscribe button. We do not subject you to what we think is correct for you to listen, but we rather subject ourselves to your opinions.
And hear what you have to say, what you think.
And that being said, thank you very much. Read
The last two. Opam Konto says, when your father's corrupt and your son will be corrupt too. Latita says, this case is really frustrating, guys. I'm not sure if that judge is drinking H2 or only there. Maybe he diluted with... Okay. Linda says, hey, Mr. Anonymous, do you trust that judge? Mommy says, when's Fiso engaged for NPA?
Look.
Mommy says, when's Fiso engaged for NPA and Beggy rush to block by putting fake accused? We thought NPA was not part of it. Now it is clear.
There is one thing, though, that was said by, and it's been saying this thing repeatedly.
Yeah.
How they were announced as the real thing in the press by the minister, the accused.
Or that
and then
they have
the docket followed after that.
What is it?
They build up to the
Undisputed
docket,
evidence or something like that.
So
And then the very last comment, Mtandazo says, justice for Mewa family, advocate Teffo, we are with you. And that's how we'd like to end it for tonight. Thank you guys for joining us. Until next time, bye.
Bye-bye.